This conference will now be recorded.
So I hope we can get started with our today's TOSCA demo session. Let me first share my recording screen. Can someone just confirm if you are able to see my screen, please?
Yes, it's
Yes.
visible.
Yeah, thank you for confirmation. Yeah, hello all. So my name is Pawan. I have over 10 plus years of experience in this IT industry, of which, if you would say, I have started my career in manual testing earlier. So if I have to just give you a brief introduction of mine, so having 10 plus years of experience in this IT industry, of which started with manual testing initially for around 6 months, you can say, and then after uh, uh, automation, if you would see. So I have automated different tools in my initial career. So I've started with Selenium, with Java and C Sharp. So that for a couple of years, almost close to 2 years, is what I have did it. But then uh, the major experience, if you would see, and my recent experience and from major, it is on Tricentis Tosca. It's close to 8 years now. So nearly 8 years I've been using this tool, and I've almost automated or used. I've done almost close to 30 plus projects, starting with very short projects, like short term projects we used to have for 1 month or 2 months, and then it used to based on client requirement. I have also worked on the projects where it was just for 6 months, and a few of the long term projects like a year or two. So I had used almost this projects, more than 30 projects. So in this training experience, I would going to share whatever I have did in. I have uh, got an opportunity also to work in Australia for a couple of years with different clients. So after COVID, I was just I came back again back to India, and then started working with other companies, and that's where I would say Tosca. When I was working on site, I have seen different companies or different clients, especially the Australian clients. They were using this Tosca tool in their projects. So that's a short brief about me. Just briefly, if I just have to start the Tosca demo, I would first want couple of details from you guys. So whoever has joined till now, I would just want their basic introductions, just to know like what is your name, and then uh, what sort of background, whatever experience you have. So that experience, background, and then after whatever, wherever your base location is from, and what about reason for choosing this Tosca. So I would just expect this few details. So it could be like, reason could be like, is it your personal choice you want to learn, or by the company, the current project requirement that you have got, and then you want to learn Tosca. So based on that, I would just expect few details from one by one, whoever has joined till now. So can someone just unmute themselves and then start giving their introduction, please?
Hi, myself
Hello.
Praveen.
Yeah, hi.
Hello. Yeah, hi,
Yes, yes,
myself Praveen.
yes.
Yeah,
Continue.
overall, I have. Overall, shall I continue? Hello.
Yeah, yeah, yes. Continue, please. Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you. So overall, I have 12 plus years of experience in IT. So currently, I'm working as a lead. So I'm working in multiple projects using SAP hybrid testing. So mainly Tosca will be useful for SAP models. So I want to upskill myself with TOSCA.
Okay, got it. Right, upskilling thing.
And I'm
So what's your
from
base
Bangalore.
location? Mhm. Okay, Bangalore. Yeah, thank you for
Bangalore.
that. Okay, next. Who wants to go next?
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm Sunita
yes,
and I'm
Sunita.
having around 3.5 years of experience and I'm currently working in Accenture. I just want to shift to the other company. So by joining in the session, I could upskill and do better in interviews to crack the interviews.
Got it. Personal interest you would want to learn. Fine. Okay. Who's next?
Yeah, this is Afroz. I have around 9 years of experience in testing here. So I'm just
Mm-hmm.
learning this course to upskill myself and for better opportunities. I'm completely into manual. I
Okay.
just want to turn to automation for starting.
Right. Manual testing. Okay. Good. Next.
Hi, my name is Tapaswini, and currently I'm located at Canada and working for a bank here in IT sector. And I have 3.5 years of experience in manual testing and some automation testing. Like I can run some or TOSCA sprint, test cases. But
Mhm.
yeah, I need to update myself because it's a requirement in my work field also, and I need to switch. Uh, I need more experience in automation because manual testing. I'm like done with manual testing. So yeah, for that reason.
Okay. Got
Thank
it.
you.
Tapaswini. Yeah. Thank you for that introduction. Who's next?
Hi, this is Viswesh.
Yes.
Uh, I'm Viswesh. My overall experience is like 6 years. I'm working in TCS, Hyderabad. My base location is Hyderabad. And earlier I have worked on works of certified automation for SAP. And currently I'm working as a systems engineer. So I want to switch this company with automation skills. That's why
R-
I chose this.
r- Okay, Vishwas. Got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next. Who wants to go next? Gautami. Yeah. Yes. Can someone else, whoever wants to introduce themselves, give a background so that we will have some a basic knowledge, and then whatever training we are trying to get it with this, we'll see if how many candidates, how many people are from non-IT background, or even if they are from IT, how about just manual testing, and what sort of automation tools or experience you have. So this details, it would help us to know more. So yeah, whoever wants to share their further introductions or any background, just feel free to.
Hello everyone. So I am Ritu. I am from Hyderabad. Currently, I have 3+ experience as an annual tester. I am currently working with a Canadian country project. So I want to learn Transcentic Tosca for my personal growth, and I want to switch. That's why I'm learning this.
Right. Okay, Ritu. Got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who's next?
Hi, I'm Ritik. So, hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, so currently I'm working in Origo Software Technology as a manual test engineer. So, I learned Java and Selenium, but I want to learn this Tosca automation. So, it is code base I saw from like I got to know. So, that is why
Yes.
I'm just learning the Tosca.
Yeah, it is codeless tool. So all those things, yeah, in my current demo session, I would just give a short walkthrough now. But then, yeah, you are in the correct place. I'll just uh, provide all those details, and within once you complete this demo session, you would be able to understand what Tosca is, why we need to use Tosca, and how easy it is to use. So all those things, yes, in this session, I would explain. So who else wants to go next? introduce themselves.
So just 1 minute, just 1 minute. So it is the license based, right? The TOSCA, all the tools and everything.
Yes, it is a licensed one, but we also get some free trial versions. So that we will be taking care again how we can get the trial versions and start using that as a practice. So in my session, we would downloading, installing all those TOSCA tools, whatever required softwares we need, and then the licenses, all that setups, we would be doing it and practicing it on day-to-day basis. So those things would be taken care, not to worry.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Who's next? Anyone wants to introduce themselves?
Hey, hi, I'm Ipsita, and
Yes.
I have around 9 years of experience in manual and automation testing. And I have worked automation tools like Selenium, Java, and all.
Mm-hmm.
And I have done lots of API testing, database testing, etc. And my mainly I have worked the country like Australia and USA, and currently I'm into a maternity break, so thought of utilizing this time to enhance my skills as well, and that's why I'm doing Tosca here. As I know lots of opportunities are there currently in USA, so I'm going to start my career again in a month or two, um, so that it will be helpful for me, and that's about myself. Thanks.
Yeah, got it. Okay, thank you. Anyone else left want to introduce themselves? Gautami. Okay, Bangalore, 3+ years. Okay, Gautami, I see might be like not able to hear. Right. Okay, Gautami, got it. Uh, Anyone else left? Okay, I hope we are done with the introductions. So let us just directly jump into the demo session on this Tosca. Uh, so yeah, about Tosca. So what we would be going to do in today's session. So first of all, uh, just we'll start from very basic. So whoever doesn't have any knowledge on even this testing fields and not in from IT background, and even if such persons wants to know or learn on Tosca, so that how they can do. So I will let you know step by step each things. So let us first start with testing. So in general, why do we need testing? What is testing? Why do we need testing? And what is a software testing? If we see, so if you see, testing is nothing but if you just want to validate, verify and validate whether a particular software or whatever application we are trying to build is properly or correctly built or not as per our requirement. So as per the requirement, if it is built or not. So as humans, the developers, whoever would be developing, as humans, they can make mistakes. So since they tend to make mistakes, so we as testers would be making sure if any issues, any uh, incorrect product or anything is being developed, we would rectify that issues, defects, and then we would report it, make it correct, and then make sure application as a whole is working fine. So that would be our aim, goal as a tester, right? So testing would be that. And then why we need, because as I said, we we just have to make sure our application is working fine, properly, without any issues, defects, uh, that we would be do. And what manual testing? So in general, so testing would be like we can do it in manual as well as automation. So when you say manual testing, what exactly we will be doing in manual testing? So this scenarios, if I just have to explain you, I will demonstrate exactly, taking one practical scenario or the demo application. I'll take that and we will try to perform some manual testing, and then the same manual testing as part of our demo, we will also automate that scenario and we will see. So what a manual testing is, what an automation testing we are doing is, what you will clearly be able to understand. But in short, if you would just have to understand, manual testing is by a human. We'll just manually try to log in. So let's say we would have some scenario to test wherein one application, be it any social media application platform you can take, whether that Instagram or Facebook. So if you take that application to test Facebook application, what would be the manual steps? So let's say you would have to, one would have to open browser manually and enter URL in the address bar, and then after, let's say if a person is wanting to test the login functionality, they would enter username and password manually on the browser, and they will hit the login or submit button, right? So these things, whatever actions are being performed, this is done by human. So all that actions we would take it as whatever testing we would be doing, that as a manual is what we can refer it. So same thing, what automation testing would be, so not by human interaction, so directly with the help of some robot or with the tools that are available in the market, we would be performing the same manual testing into an automation. So that with some tools we would be able to do that. So manual, no manual intervention would be needed to perform the automation testing. So what all tools are available in the market now, if you would see, so uh, just before that, as we see manual and automation testing, the difference is a person needed to do a manual testing step by step, all the actions that has to be performed, user or the human interaction is needed in that place. Whereas for automation testing, we would just write the code, and behind the scenes all that functionality, testing of that functionality would be taken place. So there automatically we have just automated a flow, and then that's where we would be testing in an automation way. So so what all tools in general in market for automation testing is available, if you would see, there are many tools. Like if I have to just name it, we have Selenium, we have Renorex, we have other RPA, other tools, all the tools, out of which we also have Tricentis Tosca. So from all those tools, why one has to choose automation as Tosca, if you would say that, or you might also get that question, why one has to choose only this Tricentis Tosca and automation tool. So those things, in general, yes, you would get it, why only, why Tosca, right? So why only Tosca and why not other? So most widely used in industry, as I said, it is what you would find, Selenium, right? And let's, I'll just try to compare now our Tosca with Selenium for now, and then you can just uh, compare and see why we would use only Tosca and not any other tools. So as you would know the benefits and the usage of Tosca in day-to-day automation activities, you would be only coming to know why one has to choose Tosca on other tools. So Selenium, if you see, if one wants to learn or know or perform this Selenium automation, let's say, so what one has to do, one, so whoever wants to do this Selenium automation, they first needs to have programming knowledge, right? So programming knowledge, like it is Java or C sharp or any other things. So resource candidate, they have to have some sort of programming knowledge, the basic knowledge to do a Selenium testing. Likewise, and also it is what Selenium normal web based application is what we can do it. But what if there is some requirement where an application under test, which we say uh, AUT, the application under test, what if it is not web, and it is just say desktop or API or any other things? So in such case, we won't be able to use Selenium. Then we have to switch back to the other tools that are available. So likewise, if you would see, many things we can do in an automation while testing an application. So we would do API testing, we would do database testing, let's say we would want to do, and we would do UI testing, and if it is web, desktop or any other thing, in short, we also have SAP applications if we want to test, and yeah, whatnot. So all of this, so there are very less tools in the market that are available which would help us to achieve these things, of which one is your Tosca. So Tosca is, it helps to automate us different sort of applications. Even this API, database, UI, based on the requirement, one can choose Tosca and then perform the automation that they would want. And apart from this, since for Selenium, one would need programming knowledge, but for Tosca, even a non-programmer, even from a person who is just say non-IT and from business background as well, uh, whoever it is, even such peoples can use Tosca to automate scenarios. So in that case, what we can say, Tosca is very easy to use, easy UI and then easy to use tool. It can be easily used to automate any scenarios. So that I would show you. So I have already installed Tosca in my machine. I have that. I would show you with sample some demo application. We would try to take it and then I would explain you why or how easy it is to use over other automation tools that are available in the market. So the only concerns would be, yes, the Selenium, it is like free tool, right? Free open source tool, but Tosca, it is paid tool, right? So it is paid, but then even if it is paid, the benefit that one would get to use Tosca would be much more. So return on investment, ROI, whatever you would say. So if companies are investing on that, the return that they would get would be more than any free tools that are available in the market. So how I can say, or one can say, how it is more beneficial, how it is easy to use. So with a short scenario that I can say, let's say you have a scenario where you have some application that you want to test, and for that particular application, let's say you would hire some people. So let's say 10 people you would hire, and that 10 people, all programming knowledge is what resource you would need to hire. And then with those 10 people would be able to do some sort of testing, whatever automation testing you would need for a year. Let's say within a year, for 10 resource one can do and complete the automation. So that with 10 resource is what they are doing it. But the same scenario, the same thing, if one would just take the license. So licensing part, it is not that high as well, but from companies perspective, when they take it in bulk or this thing, the charge would be less. But let's say if one has already purchased, client has already purchased that tool, and they're ready to invest in the tools. So nowadays many of the big MNCs, they are paying and hiring, taking this tool, uh, rather than investing on resources, more number of resources and doing a particular part. So here in this case, they can just take 2 or 3 license hardly. Let's say they can take just 2 to 3 license for Tosca, and then they would just hire 3 resource hardly. So 3 resource they are did, and then they have taken the license. And the same amount of time, since they would do it in 1 year, uh, less than that, like almost 5 to 6, almost 3 people would be able to do the same amount of work that one can do with not in 1 year, but less than that. It could be like hardly in 6 months, the 6 months amount of time whatever one would need. So within that 6 months of time, they can automate the scenario that they would want with very less number of resource. So that is where the benefit of the companies, usually even the bigger MNCs, they are seeing this return on investments whatever they would do. And that is why you see day to day on the market level, people are seeing the job opportunities openings on Tosca nowadays more than if you see like 5 years ago, 5 years back. So that's where now Tosca is gaining that uh, thing in the market. So let me just give some more introductions here. So if you see why Tosca, again, Tosca, it is a continuous testing platform. Also, as I said, helps to automate any web based, mobile based API and desktop applications, so multiple applications. So in short, end to end automation, end to end testing itself, whatever you would need, that can be carried out with the help of this Tosca. So Tosca in general, it is a model based test automation tool. So what is a model based automation tool? If I just have to explain, so I will show you with real time examples. Just bear with me in a couple of more sessions. So where I would show you practically what or how Tosca we use and why it is called a model based test automation, that I will let you know. And the key features, so if you see, it is a model based test automation where no scripting or zero coding. So basically no scripting is needed. And when I say no scripting, yes, almost maximum of the times, whatever basic operations, basic things we would want to do it. So with Tosca, without even coding anything, so whatever scenarios you would get, just use drag and drop kind of things, and record functions, record features we have, all those things we can make a use of these features. And we can make use of these features, and we would be able to uh, achieve the automation without any coding. So zero coding is what one can say. Now risk based testing optimizes the test coverage and also end to end tests, whereas all this testing whatever we have just discussed it would be done. And then seamless CI/CD, continuous integration and development would be able to uh, achieve in this with the help of Jenkins, Azure DevOps, etc. So key features of this Tosca framework. Now, if you would see, we have something called reusability. What reusability in terms of Tosca framework we would see? So this we can achieve with the help of RTBs, which is reusable test type blocks. So all those things. Now, if I just give you more brief on such things, it would be too much for you guys. But then, in short, just understand that reusability, wherein we won't be duplicating much of our codes, whatever we would see uh, in our Tosca. So any duplicates, any redundant steps, whatever would be there, we won't be duplicating. We would be just making use of this reusability concept. And with that concept, we would be able to achieve this reusability thing and scalability as well. Let's say while designing the automation script, you might have designed it for just some couple of test cases, and once you did it for shorter application, just very less coverage. Later, if you have more coverage, if you want to expand it to more bigger ones, then that scalability is also possible in Tosca, and also the maintainability. So same way, whatever the Tosca scripts you have developed, whatever you have developed, that you can easily maintain. Whereas if you would see other tools, with other tools you might be facing some issues or some challenges, some extra challenges. But whereas with Tosca, it is what easy to use, easy to maintain things. That how easy it is, as I would show you more practical sessions on this, you would be able to understand on those things. So how would you use Tosca? If you would say, so first thing, we would install Tosca in our machine, download and install, get the license thing configured. And once we have licenses, we would just normally can create the so test case flow, if you would say Tosca. So you would create some test cases, you would, whatever test scripts you have created, you would execute the test case, see the results, whatever result, whether it is passed, failed, if it is failed, what it is a proper reason or not, whether it is an application issue or Tosca issue. All those things we will fix, examine, check the result, and then analyze the result based on whatever the outcome has come. So this would be general flow of your Tosca. And now if I have to show you what or how Tosca would look like. So if you see, as soon as you have installed Tosca, you would be seeing this view where you would have something called ribbon menu. So top left, all the options that you see here, project, home, view, tools, all this thing in the menu is what it refers to as ribbon menu here. And then apart from this ribbon menu, what else you would have? You would have some tabs here. Now tabs would be like sections, you can call, and those sections are like those test cases here, modules, requirements. So this, each of these details, if you would see, I would give you brief of this. But then once we start installing, downloading this software, and then what this each section signifies, and then what or where we use this, I would give you more brief on those. But for now, just, yeah, we would have all these tabs in this particular area in the section. And then towards your left of your screen, you would see some project tree. So test cases you have opened, and you would write test cases inside this test cases section. So all those test cases and trees, project tree structure is what you would be able to see. And towards your right, you would be able to see the properties section here, and the properties thing. And then apart from that, in this middle detail layer, detail part is what you would be seeing it. And then towards the left bottom, you would see some status bar where whatever the Tosca status is. Like if you would see here, it is ready state. So sometimes when you do some operations, update, and check in, all those sort of things, when you are loading some workspace, some project, some code, uh, the TOSCA status. You can see it towards your left bottom on the status bar. This would be your in general TOSCA view. And then after, if you would see use cases of TOSCA. So I would just give this a brief, but before that I would pause it here for a while, and then I'll try to take some questions on this part, whatever I have said till now. Anyone wants to ask any doubts, any questions? Someone wants to, like, some things if they are not uh, uh, clear with, or wants to ask further questions on these things, just please do let me know. Unmute yourself and ask the question, guys. Anyone wants to ask any question, any doubts?
So hey, I just got disconnected. Can you please explain the project tree again? This TOSCA view.
Yes, sure. Okay. So if you see your general in TOSCA, this would be a TOSCA view where you would see some menus, you would see some tabs, and the project tree structure. So towards your left, this left section, the left area is what you would be seeing, this project tree structure, where whatever folders you have created, or test cases, or the test steps that you would create, you would be able to see it in project tree structure. Just things here, right? And yeah, that's
And here in the details, we are not giving the Excel reference. We are just giving the hard-coded value, correct?
yeah, it is just a view. So here, if you would see here, it is a particular test case that has been opened, a test step in that, and that test step is taking this particular values here. But this is just for to show how a TOSCA looks like. But then, yeah,
Okay,
this
okay,
we
correct.
are hard coding the values of that particular steps, but not to hard code. So all those general practices, best practices, what TOSCA would recommend, and what we follow in our day-to-day project activities. So I'm even working profession, as I said, right? So we would be following some best industry standards, and the scenarios that I would be performing. So all those things I will keep in mind and then try to explain in this training session. So don't worry about all those things. You'll get to know in further sessions.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Srikanth.
Yes.
Using Tosca, can we automate the images also?
Uh, yes, Shrikant. So if you see image-based recognition, it is also possible with Tosca. So we do that. But then in general, what Tosca would recommend is, so if there are no further options, or if it is the only requirement that we have, and image is the only last option that is left to validate or verify things, then
Hmm.
yes, with Tosca we can do it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, you said the Tosca will be used. We can use Tosca for APIs, UIs, and some desktop applications also as well, right?
Correct. Correct.
So will you teach each and everything with an example?
Yes. So if you see in our current training session, so I would show you with UI testing. So we will take some sample websites. So UI testing, web-based, any application testing. So practically all with real-time live examples. Yes, whatever we perform in day-to-day scenarios, that I will keep in mind, and then I will explain you one. Web-based testing, and then apart from that web-based, I would also explain you on API testing, database testing. Yes, I would do it with some examples on that. And if you would see, if you are familiar with one of this, other application testing, other things would be almost similar. So even when you know all the concept behind the web-based application, if you are doing it, and whatever the concept that we would be doing, same concept we can even use it for a desktop-based applications. So only thing that differs in general would be, so like how would you initialize, generally how would you start a desktop based application, or how would you interact your desktop based application with your TOSCA tool. So that thing, basic things, if I just let you know with some sample example, then you would be able to relate, and you can even automate any applications that you would have. So when we do even this API testing, web-based testing, you would also have Salesforce application, right? Salesforce, again, if you would see, Salesforce is again web-based application where you would have some web elements, right? So same way, if you would do normal web-based testing, automate any web-based application with that concept, you would be even able to automate Salesforce application, because it is again another web-based application. So similar way, similar terms. So if you are automating any desktop, any particular SAP application, let's say if you would automate those things, then the concept behind that, everything would be one and the same. So yeah, I will show you with some sort of examples in my training session. So yeah, not to worry on those things.
Thank you.
Hi, Praveen here.
Yes, hi, tell me.
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, will it support SAP applications? And one
SAP.
more thing, I mean, if we miss, if we miss any sessions, I mean, if we get any work in between, so will it be available? Recording session will be available?
Didn't get your question. Sorry, what was that?
No, no. I mean, if we miss any sessions,
Okay,
okay,
okay, got it.
okay.
Yes, yes, Praveen. Okay. Yeah, it is clear now. So yeah, if you
The
would miss
recording will be
any of the sessions on day-to-day basis, so even if you miss it, it is like we would have recording available, and then our admin team would be sharing those recordings on day-to-day basis with you. So not to worry on those. So you can someday some exceptional cases where you would not be available for the training session, the recorded session would be available, and we would share it with you. So our admin team would share, and you can refer that recordings for later purpose, even if it is not, if you
also will it
are
be
joining the session yes, tell me.
also will it be supporting? I mean, SAP application like ECC HANA.
Okay, so as part of SAP testing, if you would say, so we won't be concentrating much more on those part, because our focus majorly would be on desktop web-based application, API testing, and database. And then once we do that, so I would provide you some short informations on how you can automate SAP based, but like in my system, so we don't have that SAP thing available. But if you would have it, then I can quickly show you how you can even use those with SAP. So, but as part of training, we
Yeah, it
would
will
be
be
majorly focusing on a web-based testing and API database. Only these things.
okay. I mean, if we get any information, I mean, that will be helpful for okay.
Sure, sure. I'll give that information,
Thanks.
whatever required things. So we would share it, and then also once everyone, whoever has enrolled this course, so we would have a WhatsApp group created, and on day-to-day basis, any information, any updates, anything we would be sharing it over WhatsApp, and then any communications, whatever we would be doing as part of our sessions, our classes, and all those things. So we would be having that communication channel through our WhatsApp, and any doubts, anyone who is facing some issues or having some challenges, or whatever sessions practice I would ask to do, and if some things are not clear, it's not only during the sessions is what you would be asking, if even after sessions, whenever you are practicing it, and at that moment, if some people are facing some issues, challenges, so in the WhatsApp, through WhatsApp channel, we can even ask that questions, doubts, and then whenever I'm available apart from my professional work, and when I'm doing it, if I see some time, available time, then I'll take that time and try to clarify that questions over WhatsApp as well. So that on day-to-day basis, even in sessions, we would be doing it, but apart from that, we would also be doing in person over WhatsApp chats as well. So yeah, right. So that's about these things. Now let's quickly jump onto the use cases of Tosca, where in general in industries, which companies and which industries would be using Tosca in day to day. So here, if you see industries who are using Tosca, so you would see the industries whichever are like banking related or healthcare, retail, telecom, etc. All these industries, they can use Toscas if they want. So in their testing, and then inside this particular healthcare now domains, any domains, so what is the common uses where one would use this Tosca? So they can use in regression testing. If one are doing regression testing, so for doing this regression testing, they can use Tosca. So Tosca is where so in general terms, so regression itself, for any automation part, so what scenarios in general you would automate, where you would use a particular set of scenarios, features, functionalities on day to day basis, or every very frequently or very commonly used. So that sort of regression scripts is what we keep it, and that scenarios we can automate as part of our Tosca scenario, and we would be using it. So API testing also we can do on this thing. If an application that is being developed, built, and then if they have APIs, that APIs, if one wants to test it, they can use Tosca to test the APIs. So same way UI testing, SAP testing, DB testing. So these are the common usages of Tosca. So now our training key points, if you would see, so just let us go to our website. So if you would see, open the website that we have it. So here on this automation courses, you would find it. So whatever the course overview with real-time examples is what we are going to deal with, and then curriculum, the set of topics that we would be discussing, you would find it details over here. And yeah, so in this, what are the other major parts, if you would see? So our course duration majorly it is for 35 hours. Yes, we would be able to complete all these things, uh, our training sessions. And then within this training, what benefit or what things we would be focusing more on? So we would need this Tosca product consultant certificate. So at the end of our course, our aim or goal would be to have this particular course, the certification, where if we can display this certification added in our CV, and then we can say, okay, we have been using this particular Tosca tool from so and so time, and then yes, we have also did some certifications. Now even to do the certifications, what internally we have to do is, we would have some different set of badges or different set of certifications that we would have to do, which is AS1, automation specialist level 1, AS2, and then AE1, TDS1, TDS2, and then API testing. So we would have this sort of badges, a complete thing. So even in our training session, I would be covering all these topics. So and then from this training, at the end, you would be completing all the certifications, and you will get the certificate, Tosca product consultant certificate. And this Tosca certificate would be from the Tricentis people, Tosca side, and not by our institute, right? So it is would be what do you say, it is valid, and it would be applicable. You can show, display this particular certificate to any of the other companies, industries, and you can say, yes, you have did the certifications, and you would have that valid date and time on when you have completed that. And the validity of that certificate, it would be for 2 years once you do it, and then that you can display as an added advantage or bonus kind of thing for your Tosca skills. So this certifications, yes, we will be doing it. And if you would see some of more details, so we are just taking these trainings, and then oh, I have already been teaching this Tosca trainings to other peoples, and then other candidates, they would have to say. So if you want to say, see their reviews, you can see it on our website. So you can see their reviews of over there. And then major features, if you would see, so we would have this 35 hours of live training. When we say with this, we would also record the sessions every day basis, and then you could refer it, review it whenever you would want. So those recorded videos would be a lifetime access to you. And then course completion certificate, this also you would be getting it from our institute. And yeah, so with this you would have completed the certifications, you would do some live training of whatever scenarios in general we would be using. I would be explaining you all those things. So now if you would ask me who can enroll this course, so you would see here anyone who wants to learn, know, or excel in the automation as part of TOSCA. You would want to do QA, lead, business, all these people's no coding, no knowledge, coding knowledge is required. As I've said, we have already discussed on all these things. So this things they can enroll and then start learning. So at the end, what all things you can just master, how we can install TOSCA license activation on all the course content that we have discussed. So majorly my training session, the key or focus would be on achieving the certifications. So for everyone who wants to uh, do, or whoever enrolls for this course, my focus would be everyone would have TOSCA certification in their bag, and then this thing. So as part of this certification, whatever knowledge, whatever required skills it takes, I would take care of all those things. So step by step I would also assist you on how you can clear the certification programs, certification exams. So all those things in our sessions we can discuss more. And my training would be majorly based on around these topics that we have over here. So yes, we would get all these things, and then course basic, I was say all these things you would go in detail if you would want, but this an overview, it would be like all of the badges or the certifications that we were covering. So you can see all those things. You would at the end of this training session you would have almost knowledge on all the topics that we have seen, which are a part of all the certifications, AS1, AS2, TDS1, TDS2, all those things thing. Now when you see the course completion certificate from our institute, you would see certificate like this with your name printed on that part, and when it is completed. So these things is what you would be getting those benefits. So once you enroll and start taking the classes here. So yeah, that's it about the demo that I would want to say. And then now I am open here for any questions. Anyone wants to ask any further questions, then I would happily answer those questions. But later tomorrow what I would show you is, as I said, so practically we would uh, uh, see TOSCA, so open TOSCA, and then I would show you how easy it is to use, and then how we can automate any given website. So any one of you, if you want to perform automation on any of the specific websites you have on your own choice, then just do let me know. That as part of our demo I would show you, we can take that as a part of our practice, and then we can automate those particular scenarios from TOSCA. That I will show you in later sessions. For now I'll just take the questions. Anyone wants to ask any doubts, anything, just do let me know. Yes, anyone wants to ask any questions, any doubts, anyone?
Yeah,
The Tricentis certification, is it like we should pay for it or it is free?
Yeah, it is free of course, so you don't have to pay anything. So once you enroll this course, and then we will see all these things within our training session, how we can enroll to the courses and how we can take it. So you don't have to pay anything extra charges on for those certifications.
Thank you.
Yes.
So is it applicable for AS1, AS2 certification also? Can
What is applicable, what do you mean?
means if you say like it is free of cost, like
Yes,
getting the
yes,
Tricentis
yes.
certificate, no?
AS1, AS2, TDS1, TDS2, all the product certification that we discussed. So
Hmm.
that includes like almost 6 certifications it has. So all the certifications that we do in TOSCA, it is of free of charge. Nothing would be charged.
Okay. So is there any chance of any coding languages which you use for API testing in Tosca, or like
No, API testing in general. So if you want to do API testing in TOSCA, we would do it without coding only. No
without
coding
coding?
involved. Yeah, no coding. knowledge. So to use Tosca. So now once I show you some practical demo on any other websites, then you will be able to understand, okay, it is this drag and drop normal features without any coding, writing, we would be able to automate. So we are automating some scenarios. So those you can relate it and you can see. So it is what that Tosca guys, they have made it this easy to use the tool. So just drag and drop whatever you would need, and with just minimal basic descriptions. So okay, click on that, click on this, give value, enter value, this thing. So normal plain English what we talk about, same thing here. We would just have to give drag and drop whatever we want to use, and then enter the values, that's it. So you don't need any programming knowledge in automating using Tosca and automate any scenario. So be it even API or database testing, nothing, no
Yeah.
coding knowledge is needed.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Trainer, sorry to interrupt you other guys. Let's have a question. So if someone is not working and they don't have a corporate email ID, how do they get access to this Tosca? And
Sorry,
then
unable to hear you properly. There's some voice disturbances.
my question is, if someone is not working and if someone doesn't have a corporate email, how
Mm-hmm.
do they? I mean,
Okay.
how can they get the
Yeah,
access to
yeah.
this
So
Tosca?
those things, even if you don't have corporate email IDs, and then you want to perform or do the certification, that our admin team we have, and then they would be taking care of all those things. So you don't have to worry about. So whatever I have informed here in my course, all those things would be taken care, and you won't be charged anything extra at any stage, in later part of our stage as well, for any certifications or even for doing any of the other things. All those things would be already taken care once
Okay,
you enroll. Yeah.
right. And how about the getting this tool for down? I mean, will be a cloud-based or how it will be? We can, I mean, download in our local system and then do the practice.
Yes, so that, as I said, so everything from downloading, installing of this software into our local machines in our personal computers, and then practicing it, that we will be doing it during our course time. So that I will let you know in our upcoming sessions, how we can do that.
Yeah.
All those things in our upcoming sessions, I will take care of that, so you don't have to worry about. Yes,
So,
practical wise we would be doing it in our sessions. Yeah.
so let me reiterate. So it will be not cloud-based, right? Do I understand correctly? I mean, there is two ways, right? To download this Tosca into the local machine, and another way is just download the connection stream and
Right,
do the
right. So
cloud-based.
for our practice, what we would be just downloading the tool, the Tosca tool in our local machine, and then we would be using it.
So it's similar like how you are showing here, right?
Yes, yes, exactly.
Okay. And then how long will be that valid for? Like just for the duration of course, or we can extend it as well?
Yeah. So
Hi,
Hello?
I'm Srikanth.
yes, Shrikant.
Uh, so for this Tosca, the companies which are using SAP, they are using this Tosca, right?
Yes.
Okay. So for this, how many years of experience they are asking to recruit?
So it depends now, whatever the requirement one a particular company gets it based on the position that they want to hire, and based on that project requirement,
But
they would say. So on an average, if you would say, so somewhere around Tosca experience. So I have seen, in my experience, if you see, I have seen requirements where they are asking for SAP with minimum of 1 to 2 years of SAP experience, but then other than that, Tosca should be like around 3 to 4 years at least, and in total it would be like 4 or 5 years. So depends, different things. Yes, I have seen it, and based on the requirements you would see those things.
so we need to add in our resume that we have experience of Toscan 5 to 6 years of experience.
But yeah, yeah, you can add it, but then if you are adding it, make sure you whatever concepts I would say, and then you have that proper hands-on on those, and then you have proper understanding of those concepts. And once you have that, if you're confident enough to handle the questions, situation, scenarios in day-to-day activity, then yes, you can even tackle those scenarios, those questions.
Okay, my last question is so now everyone is saying AI automation testings. So how we compare this Tosca with the AI? Is
Okay.
is there any AI for this Tosca or uh,
So, Tricentis, for on that note, if you see they are still trying to build that features, they are trying to come up with something called Vision AI. That is still in progress, I would say. And then going forward, don't know at what time, but then even that features would be added. And yeah, Tricentis people making such changes, and they are trying to be at the market level, whatever it takes, and whatever features they want to update, they have to update. They are doing it and making sure this Tosca is able to handle whatever real-time scenario situations would come in, and making sure in automation it would be used.
Yeah,
okay,
Tosca
thank you.
already has got little bit AI capability, right? Where the fields are moving here and there, they automatically detect it, right? Trainer?
Yes, Amit. Yeah. Yeah.
Are companies using this Tosca? I have been seeing only Selenium is more used.
So yes, Vishwas, to answer your question, so if you would see earlier, I would say like almost before COVID. That's my personal experience, whatever I'm sharing. So before COVID, if you would see out of 100% that are available, like somewhere around 80% of the companies would be using Selenium, and then rest 10 or 20% on Tosca is what they used to do it. But after COVID and during this recent years, if you would see now that percentage, wherein it is almost Tosca is being used more than Selenium now, and it is close to 50% or 50 to 60 is what Tosca is being used rather than Selenium. Why it is being used, as I would show you in practical sessions, and you would be able to understand, and also the scenario that I have just explained you. So if you see this kind of thing, so the higher level management people, whoever are there, so if they want to automate any of the websites that they whatever application they are testing, and they want to automate it, so if they want to hire a Selenium resource, and they just need to invest on people who have programming knowledge, and then they would hire almost what 10 to 20 10 people in a particular project. Instead of that, if they would say, okay, why don't we just pay a license tool for 2 to 3 persons, and we will just hire only 3 resource, and we will be able to achieve the same amount of work that 10 users would be able to do. So such companies are validating their things, and then they are checking, and then they are moving on to Tosca than Selenium nowadays. If you would see, the market trend is that, and then in the market there are more opportunities available on Tosca. uh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, trainer, well said. I just have one thing to withdraw your attention that, like, what's the system requirement? Can you just tell us? Is it like it can be only installed on a Window or Mac as well?
Right. So Tosca supports only on Windows as of now, and then Mac probably they are. I don't know if they would do that, but for now it is only on Windows machine. It is being supported. So yeah.
And what's the configuration, minimum configuration required to run this application smoothly?
Right. Smoothly, if you want it to be execute, so you would have some hard disk, some RAM, right? So minimum at least 8 GB of RAM is what it is being expected, and then a hard disk space wherein at least 100 to 200 GB if it is available in the disk, and then hardly Tosca would take some 10-20 GB from that. So yeah, minimum of 8 to 16 GB of RAM. 16 GB of RAM if you have, that is well and good, and then if your system has some 500 GB of hard disk space, 1 TB, that is still fine, good. But then very minimum space wherein 100 200 GB is also, if it is there, that's more than enough.
How about processor?
Processors thing, mostly whatever the machines you would have. So I haven't seen any issues with any of the old laptops as well. I haven't personally seen, so everything it would be just taken care.
Nice, thank you.
Yeah.
Pawan, Umashankar here. Any morning batches you have? Because I will be having calls between 8 to 10 p.m.
Okay.
So,
Right. That you can just contact with our admin team and they would guide you on those things.
sure, sure. About your batch only, I'm talking about.
Okay, my batch. Yes, yes. So, uh, I'll just make a note of this and then try to answer your query in person. So,
Please.
yeah, you can even contact our admin team. They would let you know.
Okay, Pawan. Thank you so much.
Yes. Okay.
Hi,
Anyone else?
Srikanth again.
Yes, Shrikant.
Uh, I just need one clarification on this TOSCA. So, uh, for applying any interview for this TOSCA,
Mm-hmm.
do we need to have a experience on SAP, then TOSCA, or how it will be like? So
Right. So,
simply
if
we
I
can
have
say I have a knowledge on TOSCA, or I have so many experience on
correct.
this TOSCA. Then we write like that.
Correct. So, it is now depends what sort of requirement which company it is having. So if you would say a company needs a Tosca automation resource and they would want to automate a web-based application. So in that scenario, in that requirement, they wouldn't be caring if a resource has SAP knowledge or not, if their resource has DB knowledge or not, if they would have API knowledge or not. So it is very rare, less cared on that part, because their requirement is to automate a web-based application. So if the requirement is that way, then only if web-based application automation, if you are able to do it, that's enough. That matching that job, that skills, that is more than enough to have it. Now, having said that, if any specific companies are looking for Tosca automation resource with SAP knowledge, then they
Okay.
would expect one needs to have some SAP background, SAP knowledge,
Okay.
using of the modules that are available. And then uh, other than that, if you have a basic functionality knowledge, the modules, what are the modules that are used in SAP, if you have all those things, then as well you would be able to say, okay, you are also have automated SAP based application using Tosca. And that you can say only when if you just do one or two particular scenarios, initial basic settings that we would do for the initial times, the basic setup that we would do, that if you are well aware of, then all the other things would be similar. So there won't be any difference with Tosca SAP. If it is Tosca UI, if it is Tosca API, there won't be much differences with Tosca, if you would say.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? So Satyaki, will we get help to install Tosca in our system if the issue is faced during? Yes, all these issues, yes, I will be taking care of in our uh, couple of sessions later. I would be showing you step by step how I'll guide everything. So step by step, how we can download, how we can register, and then get the license, get the trial license, and install that Tosca into our machines, and uh, configure the license and start using the Tosca, just like what or how I am doing it. So all these things I would make sure before my class or session this start, or whatever next topics that I would be going to explain. So if that particular scenario needs Tosca to be installed and then practice anything, I would also make sure you guys install all of these things in your machines and be ready with this thing. So I will take care of this. Gautami, license for the Tosca tool is provided till when? Okay, so it is, if you would say, license part licensing, as we said. So it's a free trial tool that we would be doing it, all that setup and all in our upcoming sessions. I would let you know how we would use it, how we can handle those things. Any other question, guys? Anyone?
After the training, will you be helping us to build our CV, which will be highlighting the Tosca.
Yes, Vishwas, I will even do that. Focus on so since I have close to 8 years in Tosca and then total of 10 plus years. So as per my experience and then whatever a recruiter. So I have been already also taking interviews. I used to take interviews even in my previous company, and then so in that view, in that thought. So what I, being an interviewer, would expect, all those things I would also share in my training sessions, and then as per that the CV, what, or as per industry standard, how it should be, if it is a Tosca based, what certifications, what, where we need to highlight, what are the key factors, all these things I would be taking care, don't worry.
Okay.
Anyone else, any other questions? Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
trainer. One last question.
Yes, Amit.
Um, Tosca trial version expire in 14 days. So will we get like second ID to start, or how? I
Yeah.
mean, we just want
uh,
to get idea.
All right,
Sorry.
different things. So all these configurations, yes, with different ideas, how we can do and all, I would show you. So all those things would be taken care. So and don't worry about once we enroll to this course, and then once we have this license for only short period of time, then after that what we will be doing. So all that things, all the questions, all doubts, whatever you would have it, yeah, you can ask to me, and at any point of time during those course, on even after course, like the Tosca, if you want to practice it, let's say if you have not got much time, enough time to practice it, and later also you would want to practice it, so you can still do that. So how you can do all that, I would show you in my training sessions, don't worry.
Yeah, thank you. That's really answered my question. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other question, guys? Anyone?
Will you give us like daily tasks, to practice it daily? Any tasks?
Yes, so real time examples, as I said, I would do it. I being in the current project, so whatever scenarios that I have in mind, and then whatever we do it, so all that things I would explain, and then as part of you being new to this particular tool, I would also give some task based on the live some examples, and then I would make sure you complete those assignments, and then any doubts if you would have it, we can even what do you say, we can even complete it. So don't worry about all those things. We would uh, take care of the assignments, whatever required knowledge I would see at any point of time during the course. If one would need some specific skills, knowledge, or anything extra practice on any of the other topics, so concept wise, the more focus would be on the concept. If you are able to understand the concept, that I would say, and then you can pick any of your own examples, and you can try the similar thing as part of your assignments. Even if those things you can do it, but from my end as well, yes, I would give the assignments and make sure you are you have enough time to practice those things, and questions also would be taken care in the sessions, and I would answer that step by steps. So will the application be installed using corporate email ID? So uh, so this application, so Satyaki, do you mean Tosca license, or what application when you say? So it's, if it is Tosca Commander, then for this we would just need some login credentials, and that as I said, we will take care of how you can log into your Tosca Commander with what license. And regarding the Tosca uh, trainings, the certifications that you would have to do, so with normal email IDs or a Gmail, it doesn't have the access to do the certifications, but then you can still have the license to your Gmail IDs and do it. Else, there is other way where you can also do this, use some other IDs, and then use for your certifications, use for your Tosca license. So all those things, I'll take care of it. Don't worry.
Yeah, how long we can use that Tosca tool for after the completion of these sessions?
Right, that's what I said. So I will show you in my training session later how we can use those trial license. And once you
Mm.
see that, you can just repeat the same steps, same things, and you can follow this as long as you need it. So you can just keep repeating things, steps based on your requirement.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any other question, guys? Anyone? If not, then team, yeah, we are good to close our today's demo session. So tomorrow I'll show you practically how we can automate any other website, and then I'll show you. Yes, and trial version, it has all the features, Satyaki. Okay, thank you everyone.